Alright, good evening everyone. I want to make a video. It's going to be kind of quick, but I want to go through some things that I've created that have improved that should greatly enhance your option trading. First of all, if you haven't taken a free trial with us, as you all know, go to here, tv-trades.ai, sign up for the free trial here. Just click free trial, go down to the bottom, fill it out, okay? It's dirt cheap for the value that you're getting between the options and the futures. It's dirt cheap. Go sign up for the trial. We'll start out there, okay? Because I usually forget about that part. Okay, next I want to go through some, just walk you through these different things right here. I can post this. I will post this in the Telegram options channel that is available to subscribers, to TV Trades subscribers. You'll be able to get into that Telegram options channel. And I actually have a PDF in there that's got pretty much the same stuff in it. But these are the things that I want to go over right now. We'll just go over them really quick. It doesn't take long. It won't take long. It's just about a minute or two to go through this stuff. And then I want to show you something else. This is a new feature that I just created that it basically, I'm going to leave this open for you guys. I'll give you access to the layout. And I'm going to change this layout frequently. And when I change it, I'll put it in the option channel. The layout URL will be in the option channel that is available to subscribers, and you'll be able to go in there and watch as the symbols update during the day, because there'll be more or less of these as the day goes on. Now, rather than do it into 8 separate things with the trend and without the trend, I combine them. And so the stuff that is with the trend, if it's with the trend and it's a put, it's going to have a red background. If it's with the trend and it's a call, it's going to have a green background. Otherwise, it's against the trend. All right. And I'm going to go into the difference between with the trend and against the trend, and how this information can benefit you next. Okay, so here we are, back to my checklist. Step 1, pick the setup type. You're going to have one with the trend, which you can hold longer, and against the trend, which is usually quick pop. Now, if it's against the trend, you're usually looking to get your profit out of that in the first hour or two, usually. Sometimes it'll gap the wrong way at the open, and then it'll have to come back. You'll have to wait about 3 or 4 hours for it to come back and give you the profit that you're looking for. But a lot of times it's going to gap the right way, and you'll be able to take a bunch of profit right away. That's the number one thing, right? If it is with the trend, you can you can actually scale out. If you have more than one on, you can scale out. Take something at like 25% or 50% and then hold on to something for 100, 200, 300% as it goes on during the week. All right, if it's with the trend, you should be looking at the prior swing highs and looking for it to keep moving, well, swing highs and lows, or lows, for it to keep moving toward those destinations, okay? Now, the expiration date. This is something that I went over last week, but I'll just go over it again right here. The nearest expiration date will be the nearest Friday, usually. But if it's a Thursday or a Friday, then you want to move to the next Friday. All right, if it's a Thursday or Friday during the week, you don't want to be trading the option that is going to expire on Friday that week. Move to the next Friday. All right, it's as simple as that. Like this. Well, I'll show you in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. Okay, this is that Schwab account I created that doesn't have anything in it that I use just to show you guys stuff. This by default is on this Fridays. All right, it expires 3/6. But if you wanted to go to next Fridays, you can pay a little bit more money for you. See how much it costs right here? You go to next Friday, add a week onto that. You're gonna pay for time on that. All right. Now that's gonna go away fairly quickly. That value is gonna go away fairly quickly just by days ticking off. All right. So we go for the soonest. So we pay the least amount in time. We'll go for the nearest Friday. At least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll go for the nearest Friday. Okay? That's all there is to that part. Alright, now the next part, the strike selection. Alright, now what I've been giving you mainly is just what's right there at the money, because it's just easier for me to do that. When there's so many of them, it's easier for me to do that and get it out to you. But if you're with the trend, look for the delta. The delta should be 0.55 to 0.70. I would say maybe 0.45 to 0.70 is okay. Against the trend pop, that's what you're looking for first thing in the morning. You want your delta to be pretty low, 0.35 to 0.55. All right, avoid super low delta because it's lotto. The chances are it's going to expire worthless if you have a super low delta on it. Right, that means you own way out of the money. Um, so that is the delta. And let's just look at it here, okay? The delta is listed right here. If it's a put, it's going to be negative delta. If it's a call, it's going to be positive delta. All right. So we're looking at something right about this range, between 45 and 75, really. And the IV, we'll get into that next. All right. IV means the volatility, implied volatility, and typically the ones that we pick are going to be in this range. Are going to be good. Okay. They're typically going to be in that range. Right now, I have 25.68 is what we're looking at on this one, and this is a Cisco call. We can see that. Well, hang on. Well, I'll show it to you in a second. But you see it's 25.68, and if you look in here, 0 to 60 is good for what we're doing, the type of trading that we're doing. These rules that I'm going through with you are for the type of trading that we're doing. We're looking for a quick pop on the overnight reversal. Okay, that's what these rules are great for that. I mean, you can read through all this, but usually it's going to be in this range, and it's going to work out pretty well most of the time. Now, liquidity, I've talked about that in the past. You want to have open interest and you want to have volume. There were some things in the past couple weeks that I've picked where I didn't really look at the open interest or the volume. And if I would have, I think Emerson was one of them, where it had no volume, then had limited open interest, and then it had no volume. Then the one day it did have volume, the volume was equal to the number of trades. So there was one trade with seven options traded, and it was one trade. One guy traded 7 options. That was the whole volume, and that was the open interest as well. So you got to be careful with that. You want to have tight spreads if you can get tight spreads. Okay, you want to have tight spreads. If you can't get tight spreads, what you want to do is split it. Go for the midpoint of it. Hang on, I'll show you. Okay, so this is a Cisco again, right? And if you can't get a tight spread, like this has got a 20-cent spread. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But you could always put in a limit order above the mid and hope to get it. If you have good open interest and you have decent volume, you probably get that pretty often if you put the limit order in between here and there. And to do that, you just go down here, use type limit. First you have to select an action. We would do buy to open. Then come down here, do type limit, and then put in what you want. Like right now I put in 0.095. Okay. Not 0.095, 0.95. Okay, and look, it's $95. And hit day order if you want. If you're doing it at the end of the day, you want to do a day order. Okay, you don't want to have it hanging overnight. But that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, it's as simple as that. All right. Now next, well, I guess next and finally, we just if it's against the trend, you really want to take your profit as soon as you can get it in the first hour or two. Usually. All right, take the pop right at the beginning. You don't know whether it's going to keep going or not. If you have multiple contracts on, then you can scale out. Make sure you're not going to lose money on the thing. If it's with the trend, you can take a partial on the beginning and then scale out and let it run. And a lot of times it will. A lot of times it'll keep running. All right. Now the one thing that we're looking at, the one option that we're looking at right here is Cisco. And let me show you what that looks like. Okay. So Cisco is right here. It's with the trend. It's a put with the trend. All right. So if we just bring this up, we'll bring this up right here, and blow this up, and we'll just put Cisco on here. All right, CSCO. Okay, and Cisco Systems. And well, hang on a sec. All right, I had forgotten that I had made all that stuff invisible. I put it all the way down here and I made it invisible, so this will be easier for you to see. But on your charts, you just go into Cisco, put up your Cisco chart, and you can see right here it closed near the high of that bar right there, and it's in a downtrend. So right here is a great spot for it to drop down, just like it did back here. It's a great spot for it to drop down, at least halfway down this bar, if not all the way down this bar, all the way down here to the prior swing low. Okay, that's what I'd be looking for in this. It's with the trend. The first day it might get down here. I mean, well, who knows? We just had all that stuff with Iran happened this weekend, so who knows? It might go down a lot. It might not. Markets typically love war, so we'll see what happens with that. But that's really what you're looking for. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, again, the link to get to this is going to be changing on a regular basis, and you have to be logged into your account, and it's going to be in here in the TV Trades Options channel. It'll be right in here. At some point during the day, I'll give it, and if your link stops working, you'll have to go back into this channel and find the latest link, all right? But for now, that's the link for today. Well, it's going to be the link for Monday anyway. Go in there and click on that link. You got to be logged into TradingView for it to load, and it's going to take it a minute to load. It does a lot of work. In the background, it does a whole bunch of things you don't see in the background. It's going to scan a whole bunch of things and load a whole bunch of things. But do that, all right? Once you do that, if you haven't taken a free trial, again, go here to tv-trades.ai, tvtrades.ai. Sign into that. You can come down here and watch the latest stuff on our playlist on YouTube. This video will probably be out there. Just watch the latest stuff on the playlist on YouTube. Click that to watch it, and this video will be there. You can watch this there too. All right, that is it, everyone. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope to see you this week.